Alright guys, welcome back. This is 23 Volt here for more Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. As you can see, my voice is not in sync with my current picture on the top left, but that is okay considering... Are you serious? Is my video still lagging or something? Alright, I hope it's not lagging, but in any case, yes, I am currently voice-overing me. Reason behind it, and again, I'm going to apologize immediately. I didn't realize the arrow was in the middle of the screen, and I'll kick myself for that later. Ow. But yes, the reason I'm actually doing kind of a post audio recording is because when I originally recorded this the first time, I was actually not feeling well. My throat was sore. I couldn't speak properly. I was coughing like crazy, and I didn't know what the reason was. I went to the doctor's but like this is okay. I recorded this like maybe 2 weeks ago, and like last week or a bit, I went to the doctor's, and it was actually a chest infection, like a minor chest infection from some of the medicine I took, or like the doses of medicine I took since I had this cough, and because of that, I just had to take these like pills, and now my voice is a lot better now. So at least now you don't get to hear me cough insanely. If you hear me cough within this video, maybe it's just because it's cold. My room is a tad dusty. That's another reason why I kind of got it. Just because I haven't been maintaining the cleanliness of my room. I mean, my room isn't that bad. But I've been feeling a lot better. I've been feeling a lot chirper now, and good things are happening for the vault. But in any case, I'm actually going to skip towards the main story because this is just me sorting out things for the next fight. So I'll see you fellas then. Alright, save, click, and back to the screen. Alright, so now we're going to continue to the next part of the adventure, which is going into Carcino. Carcino has betrayed Frelia and joined forces with Grotto. So if you remember from the last chapter, we heard news of Inez actually being under siege by the Carcino mercenary troops, and now we can't have to rescue him. God. Post commentary. It's kind of scary when you're doing it for the first time, I'll say. But in any case, I guess I'm not even on the right screen right now. What's happening? Oh, alright. So we're in Grotto Keep. I'm coughing right now, as you can see. But here we have General Glenn of Grotto Imperial Army, also known as the Sunstone. Yes. Your orders. Capture the leader of the rebel army in Carcino. Capture Eirika. Eirika? Do you mean the Princess of Renias? Eirika invaded Carcino. She massacred the citizens of Port Kiris. Then she fled south. Glenn, go crush the rebels who brought ruin to Carcino. I mean, is Glenn really going to understand this? Eirika, the Princess of Renias, sounds like a very innocent little girl. Do you really think she's the one, single-handedly, or even with like an army, for whatever reason, decide to massacre an entire freaking mercenary troop, which probably were pretty useless anyway? They deserve to die, but hey, we're kind of clean. I mean, true, we killed them, but we killed them out of self-defense. Obviously, they're not going to know this, but what are you going to do? So yes, here we have these two. These two are brothers, if you couldn't already tell. I mean, look at them. They look perfectly alike. They're both blonde, they're both good-looking, they're both Wyvern Riders. One's red, one's blue, one's Glenn, one's Cormag. Why does one have like a pretty plain name like Glenn? I mean, I know a Glenn. He's a cool guy. Some people might know him. He's known as Arphanox, by the way, in some other videos that I've done, like just multiplayer videos with the friends and all crap. But anyway, and Cormag. Like, Cormag's a cool name. Like, that's all. Oh, and they have this guy. What are these cowardly mutterings? Is it because you three generals are weak that we others must work so hard, and yet you get the honor of killing the girl? How I long to do your duty for you. Volta, you treacherous swine. What is this? Is this how you speak toward your peer knights of the realm? Lest you've forgotten, I too am a general, the same rank as you. You wretch, you were cast out from the armies of mistreating civilians. What lies have you told to receive pardon and reinstatement at the same time? Our beloved emperors felt my needs skills were needed. Blah 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 blah. I am awesome. I kick ass. I rape and pillage. Rape. Ugh. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if he does that. I mean, look at him. Look at this guy. He does not even not one bit of him looks friendly. His hair, his face, his freaking pose. I mean, Cormag and Glenn look good. I mean, look at them. They're handsome too, looking hunks. And then you have this creepy old bastard who's doing his own thing. We're his majesty's men, we will honour his commands, blah blah blah. We're stupid, we don't know how justice works in this enemy army, but what are you going to do? And here we are in Carcino and the Under Siege. Prince Inez, what do you say? Can you continue? Yes, of course. Do you believe this is enough to make me give up? I am surprised you mercenaries haven't turned and fled, though. Nah, you see, Garrick's mercenaries take its name from me. Garrick, I'm the chief here. If I quit while our employers still fought on, they would want a new name. You follow me? Yes, this is Garrick. He's a badass. So what's the plan? Same as before, we remain surrounded. They're not going to allow us to simply walk out of here. I sent a messenger off with news of our plight. However, even the wings of a Pegasus Knight Frelia is days away. Man, how long did you get there? We can expect no help from them. So we tighten our belts and survive? Is that it? Or would you rather quit this place and rest in comfort? Surrender? I'm the Prince of Frelia. I do not know the meaning of the word. The fate of the world rides on my shoulders, and I'll make it to Jahana, even if I have to crawl there to do it. Toshiba service station, please. I know people probably don't see it, but it's popped up on my screen again. If you're so determined, we may all live a little while longer. Hey, Chief, Prince? What is it, Tethys? I've got bad news, then I've got worse news. What's the bad news? We've no more weapons in reserve. What we're holding is what we've got. Isn't that usually how it always works? I mean, at least in this game, they actually mention the fact that, whatever weapons we carry is all we have left. And they don't, and it gives them a reason to not put like some stupid mechanic where they can just change weapons with another inventory of some kind, which is kind of smart. So good job, you actually picked up on a plot hole that could have been mentioned, but probably wouldn't have been mentioned in the first place. So anyway, Inez is probably going to be a man and tell these guys to go piss off, because he doesn't want them to die. He's actually a kind person, saying that go ahead, you guys are just mercenaries. I'm the one they want. I'm going to be the hero. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a sniper. I can take them on. It's not like they can hit me directly. Oh wait, they can. I can hit them from range. They won't even get close to coming inside this thing. Fool, I have no intention of dying. But there can be no false hope of reinforcements riding in to save the day. You and I are not the same. You're a commoner, and I'm Frelia's heir. See how much of a dick he can be? But he's kind of actually doing this in a nice way. I mean, Garrick's like looking at him and he's like, "Are you serious, boy? Are you serious? You think I'm going to take that acting and say, no, I'm not gonna stand by for this. I'm actually going to be a man, a better man than you. And I'm gonna show you that Garrick, the Barrack, can actually stand by your side, yada yada yada. I can save your ass. I mean, you need saving. I mean, look at you. You're just an archer. You can't do shit on your own." And anyway, Tethys is just, could you boys stop being such dicks and hold dicks and help out with the people we're fighting here. All right, sorry about that. Anyway, so yes, they are lousy mercenaries. I mean, hey, if we can't keep the job, I guess we suck. But oh well. It's not like my name will be soiled or anything. Alright, so you're supposed to be a good tactician. Tell us what to do, Prince, and we'll follow your orders. Very well. I'll see what I can do to avoid getting us filled with arrows. But there's really only like one archer there. I mean, there's another archer there that can shoot arrows in there, but oh well. From the north. But there's no hope of that. Even if Frelia were to send us aid, blah 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 blah. I'm too slow to read. Okay, so this could be good news, or this could be bad news. And wait, someone's coming? Oh, it's us! The hero crew! With a bunch of Pegasi and swordsmen and shit. Princess Eirika, the princess surrounded by the mercenary armies of Carcino. Oh no! He looks vastly outnumbered. Yeah, he's probably like 3 to 50? Alright. Yeah, she can see that, Seth. No need to say anything. And oh, look at this! Amelia is now promoting. I forgot. We immediately got Amelia to level 10 in the previous chapter, miraculously. But now she is a real soldier. And now Amelia actually If you don't clear the two paths, Amelia can either promote to a knight or a cavalier. The only way to unlock the second tier or the primary tier recruit class is to beat both routes of the game, so the Eirika route and the Ephraim route. And really, Amelia can be a very, very, very random but versatile character. I mean, it really just depends on her first 10 levels. If you get a really defensive and physical Amelia, definitely go with the Knight route. If you get a more balanced or more speedy type, definitely go with a Cavalier. I mean, none of these classes are actually bad for Amelia, considering that Amelia as her own self is an incredible unit. Think of her, if you haven't played Fire Emblem 8, but you've played like Fire Emblem 7, think of her as like a Nino, but a really great Nino with a lance. That's pretty much what she is. I mean, and she actually has, I believe, in her recruit state, or not in this current state right now, but in her promoted recruit, so like a super recruit, which is not, I don't think it's what it's going to be called, but the recruit, she can actually get some. What am I doing? What am I doing up there? Anyway, she actually gets the bonus critical hit rates because she can only use lances. So she's kind of like a lance master. So you have sword masters who have boost crits, and oh god, I'm doing things. Okay, so I'm gonna be right back, guys. Hold up. Okay, so here we go, guys. So this is the map we're dealing with. As you can see, there's pretty much two ways of doing this. You can either quickly bomb rush Pablo on the top right there, and as soon as you kill him, seize the gate, the mission's over. But that would be boring, and you wouldn't want to just waste all the experience that is down towards the south, would you? Hell no. So anyway, let us begin, and this is going to be really annoying because I have let's have a look, how much time do I have? My freaking arrow is still there. I'm such an idiot, I'm sorry guys. I have about an hour and a half to talk. An hour and a half of talking. I don't even know if I can last that long, so an hour and a half. This is going to take me to 2 o'clock in the morning. I probably should have chose a better time to record this, but this is the only time when I kind of had like a free spot and no family members were distracting me. I mean, they're not distracting. I mean, I love my family, but oh well. Anyways, back to Fire Emblem. As you can see, this first bit is very crucial, as you kind of have a mix of swords and lance users, and then you have a bunch of mages down there as well. But only recently I've just decided that down the bottom, as you can see, we have 3 new units. They are known as Inez, Garrick, and Tethys. In terms of usability, Inez is allowed to be used in this route, as well as Tethys. Now, I don't use Tethys at all in this chapter, but that is because I thought that I wasn't allowed to use her. But then after the recording was done, I actually learnt that, oh wait, I can actually use Tethys for this chapter, and I may as well use Tethys here. So yeah, but I'll get into more detail with those units later. And I should also mention that Garrick is actually unable. Yeah, I will not be using Garrick for this route at all. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to have Eirika. I'm going to have Vanessa kind of carry Eirika down towards Inez, because there's, I think, 2 ways you can recruit Inez. The first way, and usually the better way, is to use Tana to just fly down there and talk with her brother. Unfortunately, because Tana isn't used in this chapter, I'm actually going to be sending Eirika down there, just because, Eirika, usually the Lords are kind of the units that can really recruit anyone. There are certain scenarios, which is in this chapter, but as long as you're following the story, everything should make sense. Anyway, here's another thing. This freaking old man here is kind of, I wouldn't say he's the leader of the council, but he's a pretty big stature of the council. And Pablo is apparently trying to kill this fella, so this guy's hiding right next to him in the same building. And I don't know why, because, if any single person decides to waltz in, they are more than likely going to carry a weapon, and you're more likely going to be dead. In any case, here come these guys. These guys are pretty much useless, especially against Gilliam, because Gilliam is a tank and he can take that damage like a man. He's got nothing to worry about over there. Alright, so here come these fellas. These guys aren't an issue. If there is a character that is an issue, it probably would be... Yeah, okay. these guys aren't that bad. Like I said, I actually let Inez get these kills because it was actually a lot more easy to deal with. Oh, I got one of them then. Never mind. Change of plans. I decided to drag in another mage for whatever reason. Oh, actually, I think I know why. Just because I wanted that. I wanted that whole left side to be free. Now, here's a very strange thing I realized about this chapter. As you can see, there's an archer on the left side of the screen. When it's my turn, I'm actually going to be placing Vanessa right next to the archer. Now, if that was a player archer, the smartest thing to do would be to, move a step to the side and then shoot Vanessa that way. Thank God this guy's an idiot. So instead, I actually just ended up, I believe I just drop Eirika down south, while Vanessa's like right next to the guy saying hi, and the guy just shoots Eirika. Now Eirika does, I think it does a lot of damage to Eirika just because Eirika has like shit defense. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop Eirika there. I was kind of worried that if that archer could actually move at Vanessa, then he would actually double attack Vanessa just because of the fact that she was rescuing. Because that's the thing, if I haven't mentioned anything about rescuing yet, rescuing actually decreases skill and speed by half. Or like your unit's skill and speed by half. And oh my god, Garcia getting a sweeping critical hit there. Like a man. Like a manly man that he always needed to be. But in this case, we're actually going to be helping Amelia heaps, because Amelia is very much behind, and I do not like the fact that she is easily double attacked. But right here, I think I'm trying to actually destroy this mage down here, because I want Amelia to get the kill, but I don't want her to be in the way of the mage, because I don't think I'll have units to kill. So yeah, this is the thing. When training certain units, like it's difficult to see, because if Amelia was there, then I wouldn't have had any possible way to kill this guy when I needed to, and I needed Amelia to get that kill. So there you go. In the end, I could have just moved Gilliam left and then had Amelia stand up where Gilliam was, and oh well, there's multiple things that I'm realizing now, but these are things that you realize as you rewatch over the game. But in any case, yeah, let's keep going until anything interesting happens, because so far I really do want to know how I can like speed up my playstyle. I mean, when I play Fire Emblem, I'm a very, very cautious player. Like, I have to take every single possible move into account. I must see what does what. Like, can I get double attacked? How much damage can I take? And I crunch all the numbers in my head, and I get results out of it. And depending on those results, will give me like certain possibilities of, okay, I'm going to survive this hit. Okay, if I take this hit, then I'm going to be in risk of danger. Can I really trust a 30% chance of an enemy hitting me, or is that going to actually end up resulting into my death? So like there's all these different types of things that I like to keep in mind, and because of that, it's just, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, I'm just switching things around. Oh god, Ross even getting a critical hit. What was I saying before? I forget. But anyway, Ross gets a level up. Can Ross get a great level up here? Not necessarily. A 2-stat level up is below what I wanted. It's below the quota. You must have, like I always say, a 3-stat level up is a good level up, an average level up. 4-stat level ups are great. 5-stat level ups means you're God, and 6-stat level ups means you're a freaking amazing unit and you're permanently on the team. And then if you get a 7-stat unit, you just automatically win. Like, I'm just going to use you for the rest of the match or something. But in any case, these guys are still going to be doing jack all. This guy's impressive, managing to do at least 1 damage to Gilliam. He must have found like a weakness, like a little crack within his armor or something, because damn, if you can break through that with a dinky iron sword, that's impressive, good sir. Anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of enemies piling up towards the side here. And see, this guy just attacks Eirika. Eirika did take 12 freaking damage, which is very, very scary. And another scary thing was, if I can get to it, so yeah, we actually get to see Garrick in action as well. Look at him, boom! That's another thing I've noticed, like, the green units actually, like, remain green until you recruit them, which is kind of weird, in all honesty. I mean, I've got nothing against it, but, they're green. but they're not green. Okay, so yeah, this was a very dangerous thing to do. If I moved Eirika next to Inez, this would mean that I would be still in range of the archer there. And the scary thing was, I couldn't kill this archer with Vanessa because Vanessa was one strength point short with an iron lance. I mean, my Vanessa is freaking amazing, and I think she gets even more amazing. But anyway, so I decided to chance it and go, hey Inez, I'm Eirika. I've come to aid you. You must be exhausted. Please fall back and rest. We'll take care of these dogs. These bastards. But then, of course, Prince Inez is going to be like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to fight. I shall join the fight with you, or rather, you will join the fight with me. But, I should also mention, thank you. I am now in love. That's basically what he's saying. You just got rescued by the Princess of Renias, Inez. Rescued by a princess. How does that make you feel? The character you are, trying to be the best man ever, and you get rescued by a damsel. How do you feel? Not saying that damsels can be the rescuers, just the fact that, it's Inez's character, he can't help it. In any case, now we have two freaking Myrmidon walls, and I decided to use a hand axe with Garcia because, hey, why not? I wanted Garcia to get a level up, and knowing Garcia, it's probably not going to be great. Actually, a 3-stat level up's okay, but that is such a fighter level up. That's really the annoying thing with fighter units in this game, is that they just get HP and strength, and that's it. I mean, get at least another stat to boost with it, because just HP and... Oh wow, I really didn't kill you. Oh, I'm probably gonna give this one to Amelia. Yeah. Because HP and strength, there's nothing bad with it. It's just the fact that, okay, you can dish damage, but can you hit the opponent? Can the opponent double attack you? Can the opponent do a shitload of damage back? Can you dodge? Can you do all that kind of crap? Like, how I see fighters are... If they were to be an actual, a role in the game, they would have to be a very, they'd have to be the finishing role, because if they try to damage a unit, they'll do a lot of damage, thus making great finishers. But you can't have them lower damage. Natasha with a great level up there. You can't have them dish damage and then have someone else finish them off, because then they're going to take a lot of damage back, and then that's going to be a pain in the ass. Alright. In any case, I was actually thinking here, I was like, I could actually have Inez take out that archer, but I really want to use my other units as well, so I decided to move Inez. I think I moved Inez to Tethys, was that correct? Or did I move Inez to Garrick? Because the way to recruit Garrick or Inez is to use, Garrick or Tethys, sorry, is to use Inez, yes. And I was like, okay, Vanessa, give it a shot. I mean, why the hell not? I probably should use the Slim Lance to increase my chances of getting a crit, but, oh well. Sometimes you just don't think in the spur of the moment. Anyway, so we're going to talk with Tethys with Inez. Like I said, you can really talk with any of them between 3, and then they join your team. But what's my plan of attack? I was deciding, should I have Derek talk to you? No, I was like, okay, so Inez is here. So Inez is going to talk to Tethys, and I think I know why I picked this. Just because of the dialogue instead. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing it the other way around. But yes, what a strange nobleman. So yes, now that we have Tethys, we're going to have Tethys talk to Garrick. Please. Please. Anytime now. Tethys talk to Garrick. Yes, she's dancing up there. She wants to talk with her beloved. I mean, oops, that's some spoilers, but actually that's not exactly the spoilers I'm trying to go for. Hello, anytime now. Talk to him, talk to him, talk to him. Is this really how I play? My god, come on. 23 volt, realize that you have one move to do. Thank you. Jeez, how long did that take? It took 30 seconds, or a minute. Say, Chief, I got good news, and I've got better news. Eh? What's the good news? Within our band of mercenaries, there are 2 women enamored of you. Huh? What are you talking about? You're a fortune teller now? And what's the better news? Help has arrived. We may survive after all. So basically, Tethys kind of hinted that within Garrick's mercenaries, there are 2 women within the squad that are fancy of him. And speaking of that said woman, time to earn your gold, says this generic soldier. And then there's this beautiful chick here. beautiful. Look at her. She looks so innocent and nice, and you just know that you really don't want to piss her off. And so, yes, this is Marissa, part of Garrick's mercenaries, and she's known as the Crimson Flash. Crimson Flash. How bloody cool does that sound? The Crimson Flash. You don't want to mess with her, because my god, you will get your ass whooped, and you're not going to like it. In a bad way, trust me. If you when I say get your ass whooped, you're probably gonna get ass chopped off, is what I mean. Okay, so I don't know why I decided to not attack you, but I guess I just didn't attack you. Oh, right, because I wasn't allowed to use Garrick. I only had Garrick stand there because he was a wall. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that. And okay, this guy had a hand axe. Should have seen that coming. Not that it's gonna matter. Alright, so I think my objective now is... Usually, here's another thing. I usually like to have Inez perch on that ballista down there, but because of this stupid fact... Well, it's not really stupid, it's my own challenge. Because of the challenge of me... I moved him in a really bad spot, so... Yeah, okay. Vanessa, can you kill him, please? Vanessa, thank you. Alright. Yeah, because of this challenge that I've used of, okay, I can't use Garrick. Garrick could have actually walled off, because Garrick as a unit is an amazing unit. He actually comes with a promotional item which you can promote him with, and he can still be very good even though you're promoting him 10 levels early. But if you use the 10 levels he has, he will become a freaking beast. Like, Garrick is... That's why I'm kind of using him, or I'm going to be using him in Ephraim's route, just because of how useful he really is. As well as the other unit that we've talked about briefly, but I won't speak of him about her. Sorry, until we get her. In this case, that was also another demonstration of what Tethys' powers are. Tethys is actually a very unique unit, and I don't know why I just left Inez down there. But yes, Tethys is a... Oh, actually, I know why. The reason I didn't move Inez up north was because I thought Tethys wasn't allowed to be used. So I was like, okay, I need to make up for not using Tethys, or not being allowed to use Tethys. So I'm just going to wait Inez in that position. But like I said, I realized later that I am allowed to use Tethys, so that is my bad. In any case, we're going to take down this fighter with a hand axe. Like I said, fighters are probably the most wimpiest units in the game. That's another thing I've been really curious, or been really tempted to make. Oh my god, Garcia! Now you are a fighter. See, this is what a fighter needs to be. This is what they need to be. So yeah, Garcia is really only useful when he's near his son. As I was saying earlier, I actually have been thinking about this. And I've wanted to kind of do a... sorry, I'm moving around. I've wanted to actually do a 23 volts tier list of classes in Fire Emblem, whatever. Now, I want to make these kind of mega Fire Emblem lists. I mean, it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of deciding, but that's kind of how I just want this to go. If I were to make a top my 23 volts list of favorite Fire Emblem classes of all time, certain classes would obviously be ruled out, such as the Lord classes, since there's so many different types of Lords out there and they're kind of unique in their own way, as well as sometimes very specific classes that really are useless, such as the Transporter. Why would I put that in on the list? I mean, the Transporter will be my top 5, no doubt about it, but come on now, I need to actually get that Transporter out. And the Transporter is from, I believe, Fire Emblem 7. That's another thing. If you haven't actually watched my Fire Emblem meme, or my Fire Emblem Awakening meme about me talking about Fire Emblem stuff, and I was really scared there because Eirika could have actually died. Yeah, but if you haven't actually heard about that, I would definitely just, if you want to know me a little bit more about me and how much I love Fire Emblem, you can give that video a watch. I talk about Fire Emblem for half an hour, listening to great ass music, and that's how I am. Yeah. Alright, yeah then. But within that video, I actually talked about, I believe, like my history of Fire Emblem knowledge. I've mentioned which my favorite class was, so if I were to make a favorites list, everyone knows who's going to be which one's going to be on top. Um, but my favorite, no, so my knowledge with Fire Emblem is just that I. Oh, excuse me, I actually yawned. Like I said, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've only played Fire Emblem 6, 7, 8. I've played the DS Fire Emblem. I haven't played any of the GameCube ones. And I've played Awakening, as well as I'm really looking forward to the new Fire Emblem If videos. Which is really weird as I'm recording this as saying it. Like, I'm playing a Fire Emblem 8 game, which was like, okay, how can I say, it's like a decade and a half ago, and there's a new Fire Emblem coming out in 2016, and it boggles my mind. Like, Awakening truly did, and as much as people like, there is that group of people who just dislike Awakening because of how kind of different it is from a traditional Fire Emblem standpoint, which is understandable. This is coming from a guy who's played Fire Emblem for the majority of his life. If you want to know about like that a little bit more, go watch that. Just go have a look at the Fire Emblem meme where I talk about my life of Fire Emblem and shit. But yeah, like that. If Awakening were that kind of, controversial in a way, to the point where I as a Fire Emblem veteran don't like it because of how it is, then I wouldn't have loved Awakening as much as I truly did. I mean, all the characters were fleshed out because of the support conversations, and I think, in my opinion, a Fire Emblem is very, very, like, one of the main things a Fire Emblem game must have is legitimate support conversations. Support conversations are what allow all the units in your army to have that said identity. And by having that said identity, it just keeps them fresh, it keeps them new. It gives them a trait that no other character can have. And it makes Fire Emblem more enjoyable, because you don't just have some generic random units all in your army just waltzing around killing crap. No, you have actual real-ish kind of people trying to, fight for their lives in war. You can't have these characters die, which is why a lot of people, and I really do encourage a lot of people as well who don't do this, to play the whole, if a character dies, I just restart the level. There are certain exceptions to that said quote. Like, for example, if you say, like, a promise to yourself at the start of that said playthrough and go, like, okay, if a unit dies, I'm just going to go through it. I'm going to go through the game entirely. You know what? That's fine. I am absolutely okay with people making challenges for themselves, because that's technically what I'm doing. That's technically the challenge I'm making myself do for this game. But if it's the first playthrough of a Fire Emblem game, please, for the love of God, you don't have to do it on normal difficulty. I don't care if you do it on hard difficulty. Just make sure all the characters are alive to see the end of it, because there's nothing more frustrating when you see a new player who's playing Fire Emblem for the first time, not knowing the precautions of how severe a loss of a unit can be, and then just continuing the story forever, losing that character to have them never see the light of day again. You know how painful it is to see it. I mean, okay, how do I explain it? I don't want to sound like I want people to play it my way. Everyone has their own kind of play style, but I won't say it's not frustrating to see that. I mean, come on, it's a video game, yes, I understand, but it's the video game. Apparently, it's amazing. That's all I'm gonna say now. It's really just that. But yes, that is my Fire Emblem rant that I just went on for like. I just keep I just continuously jump from different contexts here and there. I really need to add in some like background music of some kind. Like I don't want you guys to just constantly listen to my annoying voice for like what? How far are we into the video now? Well, we're 40 minutes in actually. Well, onto this one. So we have a whole hour to go. Hell yeah, 1 hour of the 23-volt talking. And look at this. Oh, Gilliam actually managing to double attack that soldier. Look at that. Soldier's so pathetic. If you actually have a look at the stats of a soldier, they really are stupid. They're just random people they picked up from a village and just put on armor, give them a lance, and see what happens. Anyway, this was a very risky move, but I really trusted the RNG not to be a dick to me this time. 60% hit chance should not hit in the first place, which is fine. I then had Mr. Ballista over there, probably going to start some shit as well. Yeah, see, look, he actually hit me. And did 10 damage, so if you remember earlier when the Ballista actually missed, I would have been okay. Now, can you double attack Ross? Yes, you can. Okay, so Ross is a pain in the ass, especially in his Journeyman class. I mean, I love the Journeyman class idea. Like, well, the fact that the player has the option to have these trainee classes remain the same class throughout the entire game is freaking fantastic. And I love that. The only problem I have with it is the fact that two of them are amazing. We haven't seen the third one yet. Amelia is an amazing lance unit overall, but Rosk is very limited to like his usefulness in which characters or which classes he can be great as, just because of the certain bonuses he can get from promotions, as well as just in general. Now, like I said earlier, axes are freaking heavy as hell. So, when you have an axe unit, you want to have an axe unit that can actually hold weapons. In other words, they need big constitutions. They need to be big fellas. Unfortunately for Ross, he isn't that big as a journeyman. He is much bigger if he's a fighter or a pirate. But the fact that we reselected a journeyman class did not really increase his build, and therefore just kind of, kept him as is. Which, like I say, I've got nothing wrong with him being that, but it really does hinder his speed a lot. And speed is a very, very key and essential stat, in my opinion. Like that's how I see it. Like, okay, you need the strength to do the damage, but what kind of unit would there be if there wasn't strength in this game? What if if defense? If you want units with high defense and HP so that they can take the damage, then yes, you're going to need them too. But I just find speed to be very essential because knowing the fact that characters will get other stats, speed just allows you to avoid the enemy's attacks, as well as excuse me, as well as just take the hits. And this was a very, very, very smart positioning by this brigand here. He actually moved onto the mountain space, which, brigands can do because, hey, they're brigands and they're a bunch of dicks who can use peaks to their advantage, which peaks, if you don't know, is the best defensive terrain in the entire game. He's decided to just take advantage of it, and Eirika is still a boss. You're not touching. No axe units will be touching Eirika unless they have like a sword reaver or something, or a sword slayer. Alright, so this was actually very scary because I actually didn't expect the units on the bottom right of that fort there, where Inez, Garrick, and Tethys were hiding in. I didn't expect them to actually kind of funnel through that little choke hold point there. And it did worry me, just because you need to, in order to recruit Marissa. Oh my god, spoilers! But yes, because Marissa is recruitable, you do need a certain unit to recruit her. And of course, because she's part of Garrick's mercenaries, you could probably guess who we're going to be using. If you guessed Garrick, you would be absolutely correct. So I was kind of thinking, okay, I need Garrick to get into position because, one, I'm not allowed to use Garrick but I'm allowed to use Garrick to do certain tasks. And yeah, I'm just milking kills for Amelia right now, just because she really does need them. She's that far behind that. Hey, what's wrong with giving a little girl some experience? Because nothing's wrong with that. Okay. Ah, what to talk about? What to talk about? Oh yeah, this is. I should also mention this is really what the fight like. I also didn't mention like that part above the fort is actually still within range of the ballista down there, and I wasn't actually prepared for that. So, oh yawn. I kind of put. I can't remember who I put in range. I think Garcia is in range, but like I said, Garcia though he takes hits like an idiot because he doesn't have any defense. He does have a lot of HP to make up for it, so he's not a completely useless unit. But Garcia's real job is just to one get kills or two cripple lance units because that's really all he can do. Now here's another thing. I don't know if I actually put Natasha in range of the ballista down there. It was kind of a worrying thing, but I don't think I'm gonna have like me worry about it. I'm just gonna continue moving around. Nothing happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening at all. I want to stay awake. If I fall asleep, I lose. Wow, you actually got hit with a sword. But yeah, Franz was not going to take any of that. Franz did not take any of that. He did not want that guy to get anywhere in his life. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. And then this was annoying. The fact that that freaking Marissa decided to just waltz around the freaking fort. Well, actually, it was kind of better. It's just that, Marissa now has a lot of enemies around her, and I need her to kind of, get rid of everything there. Now, like I said earlier, to recruit Marissa, you do need Garrick. If am I going to use Marissa with Eirika's route? No. Like I said, I've planned all these characters out just because, in certain ways that, it would balance out like the different types of weapons for each one. So like each side has a key magic unit, each side has a key healers, each side has a good sword unit, a good have one has a cavalier, some have defensive, each one has an archer, yada yada yada. Each one has a Pegasus Knight, and all that cool and funky stuff. Um, but I also kept in mind of like which units do I usually pair them up with. And here's what I'm going to say. I've said this in my Fire Emblem meme video, and I'm going to say it again. I only pair my units with units I believe work well story-wise. This is just me, just a random ass player, just you know, a Fire Emblem player who plays in terms of love stories. Because that's usually how most of my pairings work. Most of my pairings are love stories. That, or like their best buddies, or brother and sister, or father and son, and that kind of stuff. But other than that, they're all doing each other in the butt or something. I don't know. In any case, yeah, I decided. Excuse me, I've been talking a lot. My voice is unheard. I was planning on running away. The only problem is I do want to get a few of these soldier kills or some soldier hits with Amelia because I know for a fact that Garcia is going to get a kill. One. I think he can attack Amelia, that soldier down there. I think he's just going to go for Garcia, and look at that. That guy can actually critical hit Garcia. That's a scary thought. And then we have this Myrmidon. He's probably just going to die because Eirika is just lightning fast, which is always good when you're lightning fast. I mean, hey, you're lightning. So yes, at least this way, I think on the next turn, since Marissa is in range, I can actually recruit Marissa with my units. I did not like how that guy. Oh yeah, he decided to use the fort to his advantage. And look at him, he's hiding in the peak. What a prick, what a prick, what a, oh no. The sleep staff, the annoying sleep staff. If you remember from the previous video where I uploaded Ephraim's freaking story, my god, no one likes the sleep staff, like nobody does. And we're gonna have Garrick talk to Marissa. Is that you, Marissa? Chief, what a mess. Looks like the guild bungled. They're usually diligent about making sure this sort of thing doesn't happen. But here we are, two people of the same troop working for opposite sides. What should we do? Aye, well, that's a good question. As a mercenary, your loyalty should always lie with the person paying your wages. You decide. We can cross blades if you want, but I'd rather you retreat. Of course, if you betray your employer, you'll soil your sterling name. Come on, Chief. What would you like me to do? Say you, wink wink. And obviously, I want you to join my side. Hold on, that's it? Just like that? You know what this will do to your reputation, right? Uh-huh. But she don't care, because she loves ya. And that's another reason why Marissa is actually going to be used in Ephraim's route, just because between the love triangle of Marissa, Tethys, and Garrick, I choose Marissa and Garrick only slightly over Tethys and Garrick. Just plainly because I think how I have it is I have Ewan and Tethys get a support rank, just purely for the fact that, oh my god, is my thing lagging? Is it lagging?